Sometimes we make life very complicated, but the simple things are what actually touch us the most. So that's the way I think all of us also approached our performance, that to keep it simple and to keep it real.
Keeping track of what each of us does over the years.
Yeah.
So when we came back, it was like, probably we met yesterday. Only,
Yeah.
So we're picking up from where we left, kind of thing. So it was as natural as that.
I think that in fact at a particular age you need companionship more than when you're young, when you have so many friends and then you have work and everything.
Hi, this is Amina Sheikh here, and with me today I have the very stunning cast of First Second Chance, welcoming all of them on ETimes.
Thank you.
To begin with you, Renuka ma'am, I saw the teaser and it's quite good to see the way you are with Ananth sir in the teaser. So tell us about your character and your chemistry with him.
It's a very beautifully written character. Lakshmi has done a very good job with the character arc, of Vaidehi. There's a past to Vaidehi and there's a present to Vaidehi, and the whole arc is very interesting. She goes through a lot of ups and downs within the frame of 25 minutes, and so it was very important that for those 3 days everybody had to be completely in sync with each other, and I think in that Anandji helped me a lot, because we instantly bonded on the set. We've known each other for years, but we've never really worked with each other so far. So it was very important that we instantly connect with each other, because acting is about reacting. So if you have a person like Anandji to work with, then you can enhance your performance definitely. And also because Lakshmi was very sure of what she wanted. When we shoot not in a linear way. So very often sometimes we are doing some things in the middle of the short story in the first day, and then so it's very important that the director knows how much emotion has to be put in where, and what kind of treatment she needs to give. So with all the help that I had, it was really a kind of easy for me. It was made easy because of all the help that I got, support that I got. And also it's been written in a very beautifully simple way. Sometimes we make life very complicated, but the simple things are what actually touch us the most. So that's the way I think all of us also approached our performance, that to keep it simple and to keep it real. That's it.
For you, Ananth sir, working with Renuka Shahane, and you guys have been working for so many years in the industry. How was it associating with her for this one?
Oh, it was absolutely delightful. In fact, I was very happy when our director Lakshmi Iyer said that Renuka would be playing the role of Vaidehi, the female who comes into my life at the most unexpected time. I mean, when I had all but forgotten about her. And that's what was fascinating about the whole thing. Renuka and me have worked together in a series called Circus, if you remember, on Doordarshan in the 80s, in which Shah Rukh Khan also appeared. But we did not have any scenes together. So, but it never appeared as though we had lost touch or we had, didn't connect. I think that's one of the beauties of being, like Renuka so correctly says, a theatre artist. And keeping track of what each of us does over the years. So when we came back, it was like probably we met yesterday only, so we're picking up from where we left, kind of thing. So it was as natural as that. And as far as the characters were concerned, they're very complex. And the character of Raman that I play, I mean, life throws a situation at you when you least expect it. And how do you actually look at that? Do you look at that as another chance, a signal to pick up the threads where you left them? Or would you just want to sort of shy away and, just keep things as they are, don't complicate them further, kind of thing? And how do you develop that? So I think in this film, it's more than what the ending is. It's the journey towards the end, those moments, those those situations that come up between Vaidehi and Raman, and where a lot goes unsaid but is yet said, and then how they sort of, the whole thing sort of crystallizes into a decision that could go this way or the other. So that was what really fascinated me about this film and about these characters, and I'm quite glad that I did it, because it does push you and your limits as an actor in a way.
But also like associating after so long, as you recollected some old memories. Were you guys talking about that on the sets? Talking about the memories of
not really about working with each other, but I think definitely an ethos that we've been through. Earlier, and we've seen such a change, especially in the field of communication. I mean, the maximum amount of change has occurred, in our industry, I think.
Right.
So obviously, we've been through all those, and it's always
it's strange because we started off in the 80s, early 80s, when commercial television started in India, and to have lasted the entire gamut of 40 years,
exactly,
and then still pretending as though it only happened yesterday and picking up with the same level of energy is absolutely amazing. And because a lot of our colleagues, a lot of our friends, many people have sort of unfortunately fallen along the way, and
that's true.
Not many have lasted. So for those who have lasted, and for those who get to catch up like this after 40 years, it was virtually a Raman and Vaidehi situation.
But also, as we, as you said, of course, so many years, and also like starting with theaters, and like right now being there in that digital world somewhere, the show will come on, on YouTube and all, and it's a digital platform. You also see that change, how things have developed.
Yeah, the formats, the media has changed, the mediums have changed.
Mediums have changed.
We started off, both of us started off in theatre, then we went to doing television, then we went to doing films, and then we went on to doing things that came in different formats, whether it's a television series or whether it is a web series or any other, internet media that has come in. So I would say we are fortunate enough to have watched, everything from the winding wristwatch that I still have, to the digital media, so that growth, that wealth of knowledge that is sort of accumulated within us helps us tackle a lot of things in the creative field.
That's true, because as an artist, I think what we need most is relevance. If we are not relevant, if people don't want to watch us, then I mean, that's the end of us. What do? We can't just act by ourselves in our houses. The last stage of any performing art is the audience, and unless the audience is there, we are nobodies, So
we grew with the technology, we grew with the mediums, and hopefully we have grown as actors.
Devoleena, talking to you, you were there in Bigg Boss, and of course, you have become so famous with whenever you have been in, part of that show. And now working on this one, which is a very different movie, it talks about something which is also happening, in reality also there are cases where such things happen. So how was it for you?
First of all, I'm really, really grateful and very delighted that to be a part of such a great movie, especially casting with Renuka ma'am and Ananth sir, and of course next to Nikhil. He was a very, very good co-star. So yes, for me, the story itself is so beautiful that could attract anyone to watch it. It just because in real life also, in day-to-day life, people are very, kind of stressed or disturbed. So when you watch such a beautiful story with, kind of inspiration, I could say, or maybe it could influence those who might get that second chance, but then still they are into that, way, either I should take it or not. So I think this is the best way or the message to just, go ahead with it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really happy about it.
Talking to you, Nikhil, you have been a part of projects like Nirja, then of course Dear Zindagi, and now this one. Yeah. So you have been a part of a film like Dear Zindagi, where again, mental health is a concern, and this one is something again where, how parents are treated by the young kids and how the journey starts. So how was it for you?
Well, I mean, thank you. Firstly, of course, thanks to the lovely team that's made this film, including our director Lakshmi Iyer and a wonderful cast. I think when Lakshmi came to me, in my mind I've played a lot of parts where I'm either a serial killer, or I'm a terrorist, or I'm, the vice captain of a sporting team. So when Lakshmi came to me, I said, so what do I have to do? And I'm thinking of, like this full-blown character.
Yeah.
You just have to love. I said, I have a tough time. So she said, no, it's a very, very, very linear for you. It's a lot of love, and you have to express a lot. And that was not only challenging, but it's something I had never done on camera before. Okay. So I think the way the narrative went forward and what the expectation was to put together a life of two people who fall in love, or at least one person who really admires someone, and take that journey forward. And the situations that she penned down were just like, I don't know where she thought of them from. They were just very instinctive. They were very, very real. They had a lot of substance in them, and therefore performing them was great. It was like a duty to being an actor to be able to pull that off. And like Devoleena said, I mean, with a co-star, you get the energy back. And like what ma'am said, acting is reacting. So all these things are going on in my head, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we're going to move forward with this. So that's how it worked out, and I'm so thrilled to be a part of this venture. Yeah.
But to everyone, this topic itself is such a delicate one also, because it actually happens not only in India but everywhere in the world.
Yes.
Have you ever come across such instances in your life somewhere where you have seen someone going through something like this?
I had done a show for a Marathi channel in which I had interviewed a couple who had been, neglected by their children. It's very senior, much more senior than Raman and Vaidehi here. And they were looking to be adopted.
Oh.
Because there are some children who have a lot of love to give, but they don't have parents. And there are some children who just can't get along with their parents, and so I had interviewed that couple, and it was so delightful that after that couple's interview, a lot of people came forward to adopt them as parents. So I've seen the fact that there are some kids who are quite ungrateful about their parents and don't want them to be part of their lives,
or
when the parents need them the most, actually. So yes, these things are common. One would like to think otherwise about our family, because we pride ourselves at being a pro-family sort of ecosystem in India. For us, families are very important, the most important. We always talk about families, the big joint families, aspirational. It's something that we dream of, and yet it's not always that we treat the elderly in a nice manner, unfortunately, unless they are of some use. So our perspective about looking at parents in any case, and then to look at them as romantic partners, is not there at all. That's the reality. But everybody needs a companion, whatever age you are at. So I think that in fact at a particular age you need companionship more than when you're young, when you have so many friends and when you have work and everything. So that's something maybe is going to be a conversation starter. Maybe it can take a particular conversation ahead and look at both these things, the ill-treatment of parents as well as the fact that they require companionship at a particular age in a very different manner, and that's and it's done in a subtle, beautiful way,
Going by the title of this movie, First Second Chance, so I would actually ask, when has that chance, the second chance, come in your life where the things in your life has changed completely for everyone?
Well, for me, basically career-wise, I think I was busy being a clinical psychologist. I'm a trained clinical psychologist. I was practically going in for my PhD when Circus happened, and Aziz Mirza, who was the director, was a sort of mentor to me, and he said, no, you just scrap the idea of doing PhD. Please become an actress full-time and look at it as a profession. And I did start looking at it as a profession, and the next thing I knew, I got Surabhi.
Wow.
So I think that yes, I mean it's a leap of faith that you have to take, because there's a certain life path that you've thought of, and I was always thinking of myself as a clinical psychologist who will work with kids, and suddenly I'm an actress, you know. But yeah, I took that chance, and it's really been such a blessed life now, you know.
What about you, Anand sir?
Well, I look at it like this. I mean, as a filmmaker or even as an actor, there's always a take two, you know. So if the first take isn't good enough or perfect enough, the director wants a second take. And life is the bigger set, you know, that's a subset. Life is the bigger picture. And it's not often that you get that second take, because if you sort of, you know, blotch it up in the first time, you probably have to wait for eternity for that second take to happen. But I take life every day as a second chance, you know, because I want to see it as a chance to improve on what I did previously, whether it is in daily life as a person. I'd like to grow, I'd like to improve. As a filmmaker, I'd like to give myself another chance and see myself grow and take it to another level.
Yeah.
Or as an actor, you know. So somewhere I think there's a very hidden agenda for the universe, that the second chance is always there, and it comes every time you wake up in the morning, and here's another chance for you. So take it forward, you know. So that's how, you know, I see the whole philosophy of life as a second chance.
A second chance. What about you, Devoleena?
Yeah, so well, in my case as well, I'll talk about my career. I said many times, again I'm repeating it, so it's about when I got Preeto, because before that my first show was shelved. So yes, Preeto was my second chance, and after that I got third, fourth, fifth chances as well. So in that case, I personally feel I'm little blessed about the opportunities I get, and yes, I'm pretty grateful about it.
What about you, Nikhil?
Well,
That U-turn in your life where you felt like that your second chance.
U-turns to both way, but specifically to answer your question, I think I have a different take on it. I've said it before. I think in the first chance in life, no matter what you do, that's my personal opinion, I think you're kind of swimming in the shallows. I think in the second chance is when you really find a deeper meaning to doing what you're doing, whether that's in your career, whether that's in your, from a relationship point of view as well. Of course, there are a lot of high school sweethearts who, make it out in their first chance. But I think as you learn, as you keep moving on, as the journey keeps continuing, you find a lot more value in your second chance, because it keeps compounding and it keeps becoming more and more bigger and enormous to a point where you really start valuing it. So I'm a big believer in second chances, no matter what you're doing. Of course, even with my career, even I've had a U-turn. From a marketing background, I entered film. As an actor, from an actor, I'm starting to write a lot more. I'm doing a lot of voiceover work. So there are a lot of chances, right, that keep coming your way. And like I said, the journey is where it's going to get more and more meaningful with a number of things to keep doing in every walk of life. That's the way I look at it. So I'm very happy to be part of second chances, even more than the first chances, because I think that's where they really, really bring the impact in.
Devoleena, somewhere you shocked recently because something happened in your building recently. That was quite a shocking story.
I don't think so. This is the right place to talk about it. But yeah, some unfortunate incident happened in our building. And
But I hope you are fine after that.
yeah, we all are fine. It's just that, and thankfully, I wasn't there that day when it happened.
Okay.
So I was scared, of course, for 3 days. I didn't even step out of the house. So I guess after that, the first time I, came out. So, but all are good. Hopefully, yes.
Talking about your upcoming projects, what is keeping you busy with?
I'm writing my script. So, and also shooting for a film I'm not supposed to talk about. So, but these are the two things that I'm doing.
What about you, sir?
Well, I just completed a film. It's supposed to be a tribute to Satyajit Ray in his centenary year.
Wow.
And it's based on a story that's written by him called The Storyteller. So it's a Bengali story that he wrote. So we just completed the film with Paresh Rawal, Adil Hussain, Revati ji and Tanishta Chatterjee. So that's what I'm busy with the post-production.
I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting one because people really want to know more about him. Yes, definitely. What about you, Devoleena?
Soon you'll get to know, one, yeah, because I don't know why, but I like to talk about my project when I complete it.
Yeah.
So yes, so in June definitely Insta is there. So anyway, you are going to get to know what I'm going to do it, because I will surely post the pictures.
But will we get to see you in any other reality show now?
No.
After,
of course.
yeah.
My last was the last hope was after Big Boss, at least I'll do the Khatron Ke Khiladi and Jhalak Dikhla Ja, but with my food drop I don't think so I'll be able to. So yes, next you are going to see me in some nice project only.
What about
coming
you?
project.
Awesome.
I have a couple of shows coming out, one for the Alt Network and the other for Hotstar again, outside of what Lakshmi is going to put together on 5th of June. So yeah, a couple of shows are coming out. I'm busy with some writing work on the side, and let's see where the journey goes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your lovely time.
Thank you.